I might need some swing studio here at St Anne's Old Links. I'm just going to do a little head-to-head video here. Obviously, Ping have just launched, so I've just done my review video of this, which will be on my channel as we speak, of the new i200 iron. Okay, I'm just going to do that little head-to-head against what it's actually superseded, which is the I series iron, the E1 iron that the new i200 is actually just taken over from. So we're just going to be interesting to see. Some of you out there may already have a set of these I series and you think, well, you know, is the i200 that much better to worth going out there and spending the money and upgrading? So maybe this video will just help you to sort of maybe make that choice and just prompt you to maybe go out there and actually test them and obviously get fitted yourself for them. In terms of the looks, I think the i200 is a far better looking golf club. They've changed the finish on it to match more with the iBlade, that sort of smooth satin sort of finish. They've changed a little bit of the cavity in the back here, changed a little bit of weight around. The face is 30% thinner, so again it's helping a little bit on ball speed, a little bit on your off-centre hits here. So elastomer sort of insert at the bottom here, again we're helping with sort of sound. Okay, so be interested to see if there's any actual difference here. So here's a view from the playing position. So we've got the i200 here on the left and the old I series on the right here. So you can see the difference of colour change, should I say, with the two irons there. The new finish of that sort of smooth satin finish against that more duller sort of blasted finish in a way. So definitely a more prettier iron in terms of the i200 there for me personally. I know everybody's choice of looks is always a little bit different. Similar sort of top line there, sort of shape's quite similar really, limited offset, medium to sort of slimish top line. So very much sort of similar here. Please do ignore these sort of bolts here because these are the fitting irons. Obviously the new ones come with actual proper ferrules on them. Okay, so a little close up of the backs here. So we can see on the old eye there's that little undercut there that they had in the cavity. So that sort of scooped out section here just helps a little bit of forgiveness. They've just changed that slightly on the new i200 and they've actually got away from the undercut here and moved this sort of part that's inserted here, which is the elastomer sort of insert, which is helping with a bit of sound as you strike in the golf ball. Again, I think it's just a prettier look from the back here. I know this doesn't make any difference in performance the way it looks, but bag appeal, you know, I love this sort of finish of this smooth chrome on it. Definitely looks a lot more classy and a lot more prettier. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the last year's I series head first. So I've got GC2 set up here with the software so we can get some numbers as we're striking. So we're going to start with that first here. I'm just going to give you a little bit of feedback maybe on feel here, but also we're going to look at some numbers, spins, etc. like that. Just looking at the lofts, the I one which I'm going to hit here, last year's version, is 32 degrees loft for 7 iron. Okay, the new i200 is 1 degree weaker, so 1 degree more loft than this one, which is at 33. So obviously we're going to probably see a little bit of change in numbers here. Okay, so we'll start with last year's I series. Okay, I've just set the pin out here at 170 yards. That was a little bit of a toe strike there. That's dropped off quite a bit, to be honest. That wasn't the best strike. That was a solid hit. That was a better hat strike. Yeah, it's carrying at 164, hitting the green quite nicely. Nice bit of control when that landed. That stopped quite nicely. Again, pretty solid strike there. Just pitched a touch short of the green. That pitched at 163, I think it was. 161, just dropped off. It wasn't quite a pure strike there, but not too bad considering. That was really solid. Yeah, carried 168, struck that one really well. Okay, all hit the target quite nicely. I think these feel, as I said, I've hit the i200 already because I've just done a review on that, which is already on my channel. This does feel a little harder I would say. I'm going to hit obviously the i200 in a minute. This does feel quite hard off the face. Lovely straight shot again, good strike. Yeah, about 166 carry. Okay, so quite good, some consistent numbers there. Obviously just dropped off a little bit on the miss hit there. But I've hit the green on all of those shots there, so I'm more than happy with that. As I say, it just feels a little bit, sounds quite loud. I know it sounds louder because we're indoors, but it does sound quite loud and a little bit harsher on the contact there. Okay, it'd be interesting to just see, as I switch over to the i200 now, how that actually feels against it. But all in all, some decent sort of results there. Right, so I've just popped the shaft out of the i and just put it in the i200 here. So just out of interest for you guys, I'm using the Modus 105 steel shaft here in stiff, just for your info. So I've flicked the same shaft out of the old head, put it into the new i200 head here. So again, full review, don't on my channel here a little bit more in depth, but basically a quick review. It's 30% thinner on the actual club face here, so there's a little bit more tech here against the i version of last year. Got this elastomer sort of insert here, which is sort of pulled a little bit higher up in the club face here, but this has helped with a little bit of sound and damage. So I've just said with that old one, it was sounded a little bit louder, a little bit harsh on the feel. Be interested to see how this one feels against it. Okay, that was a pretty solid strike. Just push that a little bit. That carried out, still hit the green there, but that carried out at 159. Just turn that over left a little bit. Just missed the green slightly left on that one. It felt solid. Definitely a pretty look with that finish. I do like the look of this one. It's a good solid strike. It's coming in at 160 carry. Hit the green nicely. Bad shot again, just slightly toe. Yeah, 164 I think that carried. Definitely seen the difference, that sound there. It does sound a little bit softer. It feels a little bit softer, to be honest, off the face. It doesn't feel quite as explosive. But I suppose if anybody's in this sort of area of golf club, they probably don't want that explosive sort of feel off the face. Strike again, just turn that over left a little bit. Okay, right, let's have a quick look at some comparison numbers between those two irons. Okay, so we're just going to look at some numbers here. So we've got the Ping I against the Ping i200 iron here. So we're going to look at ball speed here. So 116 with the I against the 119 with the i200. So a little bit more ball speed with the i200 there. You see where it just drops off was where I've just slightly misstruck it a little bit, so that's dropped ball speed off quite a bit there. But looking at on average, a little bit more ball speed there, which is quite surprising considering it's 1 degree more loft. Okay, so you wouldn't normally expect to see that. Launching very, very similar, 20 degrees. Spin number 6382 with the I against 6672. So slightly more spin with the i200 by about 300 revs on average, which is good. So that's going to give us some good stopping at the other end of the shot when it comes into land of the green. You can see I've just turned that over 564 L left, so that's just drawing off a little bit more than the I there. Just turned a few over a little bit more there, and that's probably made the difference here, just squeezing a little bit more yardage out of it. So probably, all in all, probably a very similar length hitting golf club, but for me, a massive difference on looks, feel, and also a better spin number there against the I.
Okay, so maybe not surprising difference of numbers there that you would maybe expect from going from an old club that's only just been superseded with the latest model here. So the numbers are fairly tight. I think the biggest change is look and feel. Okay, now you'd have to go out and test that yourself. You can't feel what I'm feeling in here, so you'd have to go and have a look at that and test that and see if that sits in with what you like as a look and a feel. I think the spin numbers there is a little bit better with the new i200, a little bit more consistent and a little bit more spin there, which is always good, and I personally like that myself. Yet the ball speeds is up there. If anything, it's more than the last year's model, and even though there was an extra degree of loft in the i200 against the i, the ball speed's up, which is good. So that's going to give me some bit of distance there with a slightly higher spin, which is the best of both worlds, really, in terms of performance. Okay, interesting video there. Please comment down below if you enjoyed that video. Give me some questions there, if anything you're not quite sure of there. Do comment below, share it around, and hopefully we'll catch up very soon. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.